Hi friends, thanks for coming. Awakening to Kundalini is both a serious project and also a happy one. Let me explain that. People talk about how dangerous it is to awaken to Kundalini. And for them, in their perceptions, they're right. There is really only one way to awaken the Kundalini safely and happily. So I did a review of the Kundalini videos online. I have some comments to make, but what I wanted to do is to actually give you the experience of awakening the Kundalini. And then we can discuss things a little bit better about this state. Experience is the best teacher. So, briefly, you want to sit in an upright position. Now you see people sitting cross-legged on the floor and stuff, and that is an appropriate position. And the position can actually affect how you receive the Kundalini energy. But the overriding experience of Kundalini is to make you feel happier and more powerful. So sitting up in a chair is fine. You can go later and do hatha yoga to acquire those postures and get more benefit. But let's start with what the Kundalini is, how to awaken it. Kundalini is affected by the breath. So does the mind. There's an intimate body-mind-breath connection with the Kundalini. So if you're going to be awakening the Kundalini and you're going to be doing it safely, you have to invoke all those three modalities at the very beginning. So we're going to start with a breathing exercise that's going to awaken the Kundalini right away. One of the things you should realize is Sadhguru was talking about, is every movement, plants, animals, humans, every movement is a movement of the Kundalini. So you're already manipulating the Kundalini, although you don't know how or why you're doing it. So we're going to take and give you an instruction that's going to focus the energy and make the Kundalini awaken from the base of the spine. How that happens is you're going to use the breath as if it was a hammer. And you're going to imagine that as you're doing your breathing exercise, you're using the breath as if it was a hammerhead. You may not see the handle, you certainly feel the breath coming down and hitting the base of the spine. Okay. So, and what we're going to do is something called Bhastrika, which translates to the bellows breath. And if you've ever been to a forge or saw somebody using a bellows, it's usually two paddles that are pushed back and forth, and it's got leather in between, and it forces air to come out the small opening at the front of the bellows. So this makes the breath stronger. Okay, so, and because this is a bellows, there's an intermittent action. When you take, and so you want to blow onto the base of the spine with the prana, okay, which we're imagining is in the bellows, okay. You feel that the air that comes out of the bellows is actually striking the base of the spine, and in the base of the spine there's a coiled up snake. This is all imagery. We'll talk about that later some other time. So, and it looks like, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to do it in slow motion so you can see the action. It's important that you do exactly copy what this motion is. And I'll explain that later. But I want you to have the experience first. So slowly, if you watch my shoulders, I'm breathing in. So I'm down, I'm putting my hand on my belly, which you can't see. And now I'm going to breathe, make my lungs fill up with air. And this is when you do that, the diaphragm moves down. Okay, so this is the bellows being charged. So breathe in. Okay, now watch again. Watch my shoulders up here as I breathe in. Okay, they immediately go down. And you feel the air coming out of your nostril, and it piles up behind it. And sometimes you get mucus and stuff coming out by doing that, but that's part of the process. Okay, so you're going to do one round is 10 of these breaths, no more. Okay, so I'm going to do it in front of you. You can pause this after I've done it, do it yourself, go back and take a look at yourself in the mirror doing it. You want to get this exactly right. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to do 10. Just watch. Don't do anything else. You can go back and do this later yourself. Here we go. Okay, so you saw I exhaled the last time, and then I slowly inhaled again. The shoulders rose a little bit, not much. Now, what you want to do is feel the energy in the spine. And if you're doing it right, you're going to feel something. Okay, so that's one cycle. We're going to do 2 more, and I'll do them just so you see the time that it takes to do them. Here we go. Okay, there's another one. Wait a little bit. Feel the energy. Is it moving around? Is it getting bigger? Is it getting smaller? What's going on? It's this observation that really helps you refine and accumulate the energy. This is the key statement of Tantra, which is talking about going towards samadhi. Samadhi is the process of becoming one with what you see and observe. Okay, so again, one more time. Watch the shoulders. Okay. Now, you should be noticing how much relaxed you are. And you can feel the energy coursing through your body. Now, awareness of the energy and being happy in this system says that they're equal. So if you feel energy but you don't feel happy, but you're seeing the energy from the definition of the system, you're happier. Okay, whether you know it or not, the energy is coursing through your body and it's making you more aware. Okay, so this enlightenment, which is where you're going to with all this, is an experiential event. Okay. Now, if you've done all this right, you're just feeling more energy. Okay. So, the experience of the energy is everything. So let's go back now and talk about this process. Now that you've been filled with this energy, you actually can understand it on a subconscious level as well as the conscious level. One of the definitions of samadhi is that you have become one with all of your parts, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So this is in miniature the process you enter into to become realized. It's only a progression from this. Okay, all spiritual beings, when they became enlightened, first of all, they could say with definite certainty, I'm enlightened. I am unified. Okay? I'm in the state of bliss. And, by the way, I was always in this. There was no dividing line between this and that. So a true spiritual teacher, when he's teaching about this, doesn't ever say to you, I'm going to give you samadhi. No. You have it already. Okay? There isn't a moment that you're not swimming in this. In fact, there's a sort of a meditation joke that a fish complains about being thirsty. How can a fish be thirsty when it's all around in the water and swimming in it? Okay. What can you do with this Kundalini energy? I mean, it feels good. That should be enough to make you go forward, but there's other benefits as well. And they all take time. So you have to have the initial feeling of energy to want to go further. So some of the things that you see, um, people talk about, oh, I want to be rich and famous and I want to do all these things to have a successful life. That is not the thrust of this awakening, the energy, but if it helps to lead you to the state of where you're much more happier, you can use it for this. Some of the things. What you will notice is, if you pay attention to yourself, is that you're able to focus much more intently on what's going on with you right now. Not only now, but the rest of the time that you're awake. Okay. So one of the things, if you go look on internet, you have the law of attraction. You have some of the spiritual teachers, the people that The Secret, the movie. I met some of the people in that movie. Is that they take bits and pieces of this and they apply it with some in depth. Some of you may remember a long time ago the whole thing about the it, which is a type of meditation. You can, okay, so if you're doing the law of attraction, what the law of attraction says, whatever you think of will come into being. Okay, and the natural process of going to college and getting a degree is simply the expansion of um, the ability to put small parts together to make a bigger whole. So this is the process that you go through with becoming a doctor. You go take college courses on medicine, on biology, mathematics, science. You go on to get a degree in biology. You go into the school of medicine. You do your interning after that, and do your specialty after that. Becoming aware of the energy of the Kundalini will make you concentrate and do that better and get quicker, faster results. Let's talk about safety. People say that the Kundalini is dangerous. Learning the Kundalini, that it's potent. Sadhguru says that. Okay, there's only one way that really is safe from all that. That's why I taught it. Because you can see that if you're happier and you're doing it the right way, why would you stray from that? So this is that process of seeing the energy, feeling it, and knowing that you have to do it a particular way. And if you don't, you're not going to be happier immediately. Okay, So I looked at a lot of the Kundalini Awakening videos on YouTube and others on TikTok, and some of them have a process they go through. Well, Sadhguru doesn't, because his philosophy is it's too dangerous. Okay. I saw another guy who was talking about the Yoga Upanishads and how they were interpreting it and how it's different from what people are doing. And people make mistakes in trying to translate from one culture to another. But on the other hand, there are new things all the time under the sun. They refer back to the stuff that's already there. For instance, computer chips was an expansion of the vacuum tubes. And quantity can sometimes make a difference in quality. There's something new with this is that you concentrate on the present moment and becoming happier in the present moment. In fact, the prime directive of Tantra is to make yourself happier for yourself and others right now. And you notice that this instruction was instruction in the present moment, not in the future. Okay, so I welcome your questions about all this. I am going to be writing a book, and I'm going to reference this video to go back and forth. If you have questions, send me a notice, okay? Namaste.